Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another great night here in beautiful Storm Lake, Iowa, coming to you just after daylight saving time. So a little bit dark outside right now, but we're coming to you with Overwatch action tonight. Of course, our Navy, Navy was last night. Yes. Our BVU Gold team going to be playing Overwatch here tonight. I'm the infamous JV Man JV. Here with my main man, my shotgun ride or die, Iron Giant. How you doing, big man?
I'm doing wonderful tonight. I am so excited to watch some good old Overwatch.
Yeah, we got a great matchup for you guys here tonight. Your gold team going up against now I can't believe this myself, a big school, but the Penn State University Nittany Lions here this evening, a Power 4 school. Excited to see how this one goes down. I know both of these teams are at the top of their respective division, right? And trying to take home, trying to take home that #1 placement in a division going into the playoffs here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, it's going to be a great match. Just knowing both teams before this, they're going to play the hardest, and it's going to be, I feel like, a close game, but I think this is going to be a great thing to watch.
Yeah, these two teams, I think we as Smash Bros played at Penn State one time, but I don't think Overwatch has played Penn State this season yet. If they have, totally slipped my mind. But right as we get going here, go ahead and gonna go through our rosters for tonight's game. And then for the Penn State, in the blue on your left side, you're gonna have Lumplot. K Loves Red. Hopefully I'm saying that one right. Apologies if I'm not. And speaking of apologies, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Gwitness?
Gwitness?
Like greatness, but with a W in it.
Yeah.
We'll go with Gwitness for now until told otherwise. Asuna, and rounding it out is Jello Cup. Big shout out. Not the first time, actually. Last night we also had someone with the name with the word Jello in their name. It was pretty cool.
Small world.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Jello's great.
Jello is great. It's a great dessert.
And then your roster for your BVO Gold team. Been a while since we've been able to see them. But starting us off, we had Prologue GM, Backslap, DaRaptor, the Guest 7, and Big Man Iron Giant. Hit the tab button for me. Can we see? Oh my goodness. There we go. And Weeba Hippo rounding us off here tonight. See, had 4 of the 5 before he lost. I'm not too shabby.
Yeah. Hey, and let's say like this, we haven't streamed Gold in a long while. At least me personally, I haven't streamed Gold in a long while. It's been Navy week after week. So I'm excited to see how our Gold team's doing. I've heard the record's pretty good. Do you know specifically what their numbers are?
I don't think I can tell you exactly what the records are right now for this ECAC match. Pretty confident it was, I think, one of their leagues they had 1 loss. I do not know if it was this one. So potentially 5-1 or 6-0, give or take right now for our BBU Gold team.
Yeah, I get confused myself with my own leagues and our standings, even for Smash Bros. But yeah, it looks like we're playing on Nepal here. Looks like BVU Gold's going for a Mauga route.
Oh, a little Mauga route.
Mauga, Genji, looks like, press tab here. Mauga, Genji, Reaper, Lucio, and Kiri. So this is a pretty solid team. Mauga has been showing great numbers. A long time ago, about 2 years ago, Mauga had a huge meta role in the game where almost every team and competitive was playing it. But he's been showing some light recently after some power dunk he had. So I'm excited to see how DaRaptor plays him.
All right, and let's get the fighting started here on Nepal. Again, your point game mode. So just trying to take control of 1 point, and I think DaRaptor's doing just that. Huge way to start off this game with 3 kills going to your Gold team.
Say easy take. They took the point first. They took the space that they wanted, and Mauga waited for his cooldowns to get up. They all went in as together. Mauga took the attention away from any of the DPS, and they cleaned up.
Yeah, I don't really know how long team fights are supposed to take, but that one was pretty fast, I won't lie.
But yeah, that was, let's say, Penn State didn't, let's say, they're getting caught up. The Samba's in the backline still, but it looks like Genji's just on him. And they're meeting the other team way before the point even is on.
The Raptor now, 3 kills again. Guess 7 coming in there to kind of clean it up a little bit. But the Raptor putting in so much work early. 2 team fights. And I think that might be 6 kills already.
Penn State's struggling here. Once you get past the Orisa, you can't really do much as Orisa defending your backline. And with a Mauga Reaper combo on BBU Gold, they can just get straight past that Orisa and clean up the backline before Orisa can even help. And once Orisa has no support, that's it for it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. Again, the Orisa coming out from the Nittany Lions going to have to be putting in a lot of work. The Raptor gets slipped. Oh, and he finally taken down Lumplot. Our first kill there for the Penn State on our tank. And now this team fight going the way of the Nittany Lions. They're going to get 3 to finish them up here. And 71% and climbing just before we lose the point.
I say that's good percentage still. It looks like the Mauga rounded the corner, was not expecting the Bastion, and Mauga and the Bastion, it's Bastion's favor with just the amount burst DPS in that turret form. Mauga can't out heal that, especially even with supports blocking him. So lost that Mauga, and then DPS just fell after that, and they just had a 3 point.
Now back on point to Raptor, trying to escape, but as you said, Bastion, and that burst damage coming out again. Orisa Gwitness, Lumplot, and Asuna now combining for another team kill on your gold team. And these fights, usually you would think these fights last longer, but maybe, I don't know if it's the game mode, but they've just been very, very short-lived, all of them.
These fights have been very one-sided. They get picked off really easy, and they just go snowball very fast. Usually fights get a little poke stage, but with Mauga and Reaper, they don't want that poke. They just want to go in as fast as they can and deal as much damage as fast before the other team has time to react. But it looks like that's not going in their favor.
No, Raptor, he charged in there, just as you said, going for as much damage as they could, but Gwitness was not allowing any of that to fall and takes down the Raptor, forces the Beavers to maybe take a new approach. I don't know. It worked at the beginning, but it's been a while since they've been able to get in on the point.
It looks like they have to either go from a different angle, or they're just going straight in.
They do not care. The Raptor does not care about any of us commentating tonight. And with the ult coming out, the cage, he's got 1. Caleb's red goes down, and trying to put Passion away. There we go. Lumplot also falls. Jello Cup gonna fall as well. Backslap, guest 7, Prologue GM. Everybody was getting in on the action. Hot potato.
It looks like they just wanted to go first. They didn't care that they were losing the last 2 fights. They just wanted to go first. They had that Curie ult ready. They knew what they wanted to go. The Raptors saw Ana in the back line, no CCs. He went straight in there, wanted to get the Ana as fast as he can. Even with the Orisa Spear, the Curie rush just backed them up, and they got clean up.
Great work there by your Beavers. And now another team fight. Guest 7 trying to use the Blossom. He's got 1. He's got 2. Well, I guess technically only 1 to him, but 2 kills overall. There we go. A second one there on Gwitness. And no Orisa. Weeba Hippo to Raptor coming in, finishing him off. The team kill. And here we're in overtime. Not going to be able to get it done. Great work there by the Beavers to take the first round here in game 1.
They say the Beavers had ult advantage those last 2 fights. They went fast. They went fast with the Curie rush the first fight, cleaned up the Ana, made sure they were picking their targets right before those certain CDs went off. And then the second fight, they went in again. Mauga used all the CDs on him, so the Reaper guest 7 could just walk in with no worry of his ult being stopped and just pop the Blossom in the middle of everything and killed everything.
Yeah, beautiful teamwork there by your gold team. And big shout out in the chat right now. We got some love for Weeba Hippo and the Raptor. Big shout out. I wish I could read that. I wish I could read that whole thing. Unfortunately, I cannot see it very well. We'll go with Liz. Hey, big shout out from Liz. Typing in our chat right now.
I say thank you guys for watching. It's been pretty good match so far. Going back and forth here and there with first match going 189 for BBU on that side.
Yeah, I mean, very close this whole game. I'm sure round 2 will be the same. Asuna takes on Prologue GM before Backslap can get in there. The Raptor and Gwitness, the tanks, both getting kills. Things are even. I think 3-3 now. Personnel, I can't quite tell who's alive and who's not. And the Raptor takes on Asuna, still not going down. Look at the way the Raptor just lives.
Hanging on with a thread, barely live. we get that Suzu and that Kiri heal to keep him on edge so he doesn't fall, but it looks like the Vista also stays there. They had to back out, but they got what they wanted. They got the space, they won the fight, and they flipped the point.
Yeah, able, again, when Raptor, the tank, pushes out that far, right? It only takes one person to go claim the point.
They say, yeah, all they need is their back line. One of the supports is to take it, but it looks like it didn't go so well. They had the left side on control with the Reaper and Lucio, but the Penn State just took full right side without the Bastion, but they still had a 4v2 against that Maug and that Kiri, and they just took that fight, and that was it. Reaper and Lucio had to back off.
Good fight there, taken by the Nitty Lions, and here we go. Weeba Hippo going to allow the teleport, and look at the Raptor going in with the slam, trying to get as many people as he can. But goodness, Asuna, Jello Cup, getting 3. And great stuff by Goodness, the triple kill to finish off that team attack.
It looks like Penn State is adapting to Gold's strategy of just going straight into the backline. They're rotating out, they're kiting out of the Balga charge, not trying to get caught as much as they can, getting the anti-nade off of him, and just focusing on him so he gets burnt and destroyed before Gold can monopolize off of that charge.
45% and climbing right now for the Nittany Lions here in round 2 of our game 1. The only time where they're going to have to win a best of 3 to win just one game.
It looks like they're looking for something. They're playing slow here, which is the complete opposite of what they were doing for Mauga. They're just trying to build ulti, looks like it, and they're just trying to find an opening they can to get an early pick here. And there it goes. There's the Juno. Yeah,
backslap takes down Jello Cup there. They were flying around trying to run away. Weren't able to get it done. Backslap still sitting around there. Guess 7. 2 big kills. I think Lumblood accidentally fell down as Weeba Hippo takes on Gwitness. And finally, the Beavers are going to reclaim this point. It has been a couple of team fights since they were able to.
There was a very full map. Everyone was using the full map. The tanks were on point, playing with those stairs. Guess 7 was on the right side. The Genji was on the left side. They're taking their angles, and the DPS just won the 1v1s that they needed, got the angles, and then the Rissa fell.
Really, it's just one character at a time. You can't focus too many at once, but as soon as one person falls, it's very much easier to get in there and get everybody else.
Yeah, and looks like Guess 7's going for the flank here, getting the Cassidy.
Also, is gonna fall. Prologue GM gets in there as well. K loves red, however we say that one.
Now they just have to take that opportunity of getting those 2, Cassidy and Ana here, and see if they can capitalize off of it.
Lumblood not letting them do that. Takes down the Raptor. And Lumblood again. This defense has been great so far from Lumblood here in round 2 of our first game.
There goes the Wu Ying Blade here.
Oh, he's got Lumblood, and he looked for more, but I couldn't get it done oh no, he does! Asuna! Excuse me, when I said couldn't get it done, I mean couldn't touch the point, not the kills, for anyone confused.
He got the two Dragon Blades, but the rest of the team got backed off or died and couldn't stay on point, and he just turned around too slow, couldn't touch. It was unlucky timing for him.
Yeah, and great idea, right? That Dragon Rush, as you just said, got the kills they were looking for, but couldn't quite get on the point. And again, just not a lot of time left on the clock, especially now that they were at 99%.
Yeah, it was last fight. They had to be desperate. Wu Ying ult with Genji ult is just a great combo. Made the Genji just way more survivable. Could take that 2v1 against those 2 DPS, but it didn't matter if you just can't play that objective.
And speaking of objective, this will be the last objective here for game number 1. Again, this is round 3, best of 3 for the first game.
Looks like both teams are going top here. They're trying to get height control before that point unlocks. BDU Gold using that very small cover to as much effective as they can, just negating those CDs from Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen episode 3 to Star Wars. Always want the high ground, and both teams understand that one pretty quickly. And Asuna is going to be the one to try to break things open. A pair of kills to start things off, and Gwitness takes down the Raptor, and the first team fight going to go to the Nittany Lions.
Say BBU Gold was holding on strong. They got that early pick, but they just couldn't play the long fight. Zarya ran out of shields. Genji was getting shot down. Reaper got left with CDs. They just couldn't survive. Arissa's just insanely good at just staying where she's at and not dying. And with the Cassidy Asuna getting those 2 picks off the middle of the fight, it was just curtains for gold.
Yeah, just a bit too much, as you said. But now, oh no, trying to touch Mr. Raptor. They were on the point. Couldn't quite take it over. Now they're going to be taking a lot of damage. Guess 7 looking for a kill. Jello Cup is the one that's going to go down to him.
And there's a second kill by Guess 7. Maybe a third. There's the third.
Oh, baby, a triple here by Guess 7.
There goes the Orisa ult, but it might be in vain because that might be, yeah, that's a fight loss for Penn State. So they used the Orisa ult to try to survive, but it didn't matter as it was still a 5v2 against that Bastion and Orisa.
And that's just an unfortunate place to use that ult, Iron Giant. I mean, you're stuck there. I get you're trying to live, but a 4v1, the ult, now you have one less ult on your side.
Especially both supports and 1 DPS off, I would have called the fight lost. Just die on point, get as much percentage as you can, and save that ult for the next fight. But they just thought they could survive, and they thought they could win that fight.
All right, back on the point now. Couple of ults for your Beavers at the current moment.
There goes the Kiwi Rush.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of ults, we're going to use it right now. Weeba Hippo going to get 2. Asuna and Caleb's red. Jello Cup falling to DeRaptor. Guess 7 doesn't want to be left out, and DeRaptor, let's finish things off.
Great movement by BVU Gold. Lupnot tried to ult point with the Bastion Artillery, and Orisa got nanoed, but they just ignored it. They didn't want to deal with it, so they backed out. They backed away from point. They said, we have rush. It lasts for a good amount. Let's just wait for a second, and then go in when the ults are done. And that's what they did, and they cleaned it up.
Great work there again by your Beavers. And DeRaptor back on the thing. They got their own grab. Oh my god, here it is.
And what a grab.
There's 1. Can we see any more? There's 2. There's 3. Weeba Hippo backslap DeRaptor. That's a great team fight. That's a great team kill.
It looks like they used Wu Yang and Grab in combination. Grab got all 5, which is insane.
Are you kidding me?
All 5 Grab. And then alternate fire with the Zarya was just doing splash damage. And then the Genji Wu Yang got in there, cleaned it up with the splash damage of the Wu Yang burst. It was just game over. Insane 5 Grab by DeRaptor.
Isaac, you're obviously a big Zarya player. How hard is it to get all of those people inside your ult?
It's pretty hard. You have to work with the team's movement. You have to think, are they all 5 going to be there? And I don't know why Penn State thought, let's go in there, all 5 together in that small room. And DeRaptor just thought, this is my moment to shine.
And it was.
Stars aligned. It doesn't happen often, but it's insane when it does.
And that's going to finish off here game 1. A little explanation, but just one pick after another. DeRaptor could have had our play of the game. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw it in your first game. Going to go to your gold team Beavers.
Except there goes Raptor, but on a Malga instead of Zarya.
What?
It might have been from the early fights. Yep, early fights in map 1.
Let's go ahead and see this one. DeRaptor shooting everybody. And look at how many people he hit with that rush.
That is a fat rush on Malga there. Fat charge and fat slam. Say Penn State just wanted to group up, and Gold saw that. They played well with Malga. They realized map 2, Malga wasn't doing as great as they thought they would. Switched to Zarya, and they monopolized off of that, especially with that 5-Zar grab. Really just cleaned up the last fight and won them the last map to win the map total.
Yeah, and a great way to start things here on game number 1. Going to go to your Beavers in dramatic fashion. We'll be back here momentarily after a couple of minute break. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. We got way more Overwatch action for you guys here tonight from ECAC.
Entering King's Row.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are returning with Game 2 action here on King's Row. I think this is a hybrid map. And Isaac, after what you saw from Game 1, what do you think we're going to be seeing here on King's Row?
I'm expecting both teams to go brawl as they were before. Penn State was using very brawl-rissa, but they had some poke with it with the Cassidy. But I feel like they're playing for medium range, and yeah, Gold's going with the Mauga, the Wu Yang, so very brawl heavy. They both want to get in each other's faces, and they both want to clean up first. They want to get the picks first. They usually want to go first, or wait till the other team uses CDs, then go in.
Is that kind of what that brawl statement means, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to get in the other person's face, get a lot of kills early.
Yep, you want to get in there. You want to get in as close as you can, as fast as you can. That's usually with the brawl. You don't want much poke usually, which is shooting from afar. You don't want to take that. You want to take the damage when you're up close, so you can do more damage than they can before you get there.
And that's why the Mauga charges in, or Reaper uses big shotguns.
Yes. They don't want to get in close, and they have the tools to do it with all the characters they have there. Because it looks like we're going on a Wu Yang. Very good backline. Anything with Wu Yang is just very powerful right now. Wu Yang is just insane support currently in this meta.
All right, let's get it done here. Your Beaver is going to have to take a point before they're allowed to start pushing a payload for everyone watching at home right now. And on the offense, of course, we'll be swapping offense and defense right after the Beavers get their first attempt. And already DeRaptor going to take down Lumplot while Asuna takes on Weeva Hippo. Very even until a massive, huge slam from Mauga.
And there goes the TSA. Insane slam. Both were low. He had it on cooldown. Zarya was at no shield. You just got to count those shields with Zarya. Once the Zarya has no shield, and if she didn't get much charge off the shields, she's kind of useless. She can't do much and can't get much value off of a beam. So with Mauga, just the amount of damage he can put into tanks is insane. So this Reaper Mauga, Penn State's just not finding an answer for this.
And I would like to say we actually have someone new running Reaper this game. Took out Gas 7 and now running Serial Uwu. Just probably going to go with Serial here for every time we see him rocking the Reaper here.
And it looks like he's going for a flank here. We'll see what he does. And he's whopping around far right, trying to catch the enemy by surprise as DeRaptor tries to take the main attention. We'll see if he gets any more offense. And he's going off the slam.
He did indeed look for it. Might die, and he does. Serial also getting taken down from behind. Not going to work this time. Pushed the payload slightly, but now going to hit their first roadblock here on their offensive set.
They have the time to spare. They took first point very fast, but I saw what BV Gold was trying to do. They wanted to get initial slam off of Mauga, use the CDs, and get the Reaper in there. But the Widow just caught the Reaper off guard. I think it was a headshot, and then nice headshot. And there goes another headshot by Asuna.
Yeah, the Widowmaker headshots, one of the best in the game. Been used in just very executed by Asuna.
And there goes the Wu Yang. I don't think DeRaptor was expecting that, so not much value after that. And they just try to go into to get anything they can out of that ultimate.
Yeah, Gwitness takes down DeRaptor, but 3 other kills here from the Beavers, hoping to get their tank. Gwitness does fall. Serial gonna follow him up. And now Pro Like GM also trying to get a follow-up kill as Lumplot goes down by Weeba Hippo.
They say it looked like Penn State had it on the side. They got Mauga off real quick. The no Wu Yang ult was really used as effective, but the Genji just popped off. He got the kills he needed. He got the backline. He went in there, caused havoc. No attention on him because all attention was the Raptor. It was a clean fight by Genji. Nice knowledge by Ana too with the support there.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just stay in the shadows a little bit. Wait for your time. You gotta bide it, and they did that right there. DeRaptor in a huge battle. Weeba Hippo does take down Austin. I think they may have just dashed on him. They got him.
They pulled the blade out. They dashed him. They got the back line, and he didn't die. He saw he was low health. He saw his anti. He got his way out. He hid. A nice play. I've seen at least most players in my ranks. Genjis will go in blade and just die. They don't care if they get one kill. They think it's value, but staying alive there really was effective because they can just keep on moving. They don't have to wait for him to respawn or anything.
And now eerily close here to the end. of the road. Your Beavers trying to push just a little bit further and finish things off. Raptor, no, doesn't live. Lumpla and Asana gonna get kills. Serial doing their best, trying to even things out.
They say Polak just gotta get out of there, but he can't. He's trapped in between the Zarya in that box there. Weering tried to help with backslap, but couldn't. See, that's the problem they were facing. They took too much poke. The Raptor was taking too much poke. The Genji with Hippo was trying to take too much poke, and they couldn't go in fast enough, and they got shredded. They had to use their CDs, couldn't use them to go in that brawl, and they lost that fight before it even started.
Yeah, and sometimes, right, when you're running these brawl comps, you're trying to get there as soon as possible, but you don't want to take damage before you get into these huge fights. And now another one. Asuna takes down Serial again, sniping before they can actually get in and do some damage.
Say, Asuna has just been Serial's kryptonite here. Just sniping him every entry after entry. They can't get much value off of Reaper's very high DPS up range. And I think that's what caused that cage to fall. Mauga caged in Zarya, caged in, I believe, in the Juno too, but with the Asuna early pick before that cage went down, they just didn't have as high DPS as they wanted in that fight that could clean up that fight for them.
Yeah, so Iron Giant Asuna currently playing at such an elite level. How do you get through a character like Widowmaker when you're trying to advance?
You just have to worry about sightlines. You have to mark her, which is basically kind of spot her. You got to make sure where she's at and how can we move around her so we're not in her sideline. Or how can we deal with the team before she gets her value that she's getting.
Back now on Zarya. The Raptor with a couple of kills. Serial taking Gwitness down. But there's Asuna's name one more time. Taking down Serial again. Seems to be one of their favorite targets.
So it looks like Asuna is just backing away, not trying to get caught by that Genji there. Or not trying to get caught by anyone in BBU Gold. And is living, which is what they need to do and get those valuable headshots as they are hitting, which is insane for Asuna and Penn State.
Here we go. Just a couple of meters within 5-3. And we're stuck at 3 here, Iron Giant. So close to finishing this game, but can't quite do it.
It looks like Raptor was just trying to stay on there, trying to get as much progress as they can, get those people off that point, but there was just too much DPS going into everyone on that objective, and they just couldn't clean up that fight to get that early cap. But they still got a 1 minute, 40 seconds. All they have to do is they have to take care of that. Someone has to mark that Asuna, as he's just getting massive value. Even if he can't one-shot a tank, headshots on a tank does massive damage still.
Here we are, I think, just over 10 meters, maybe, not even, to pay dirt. But Asuna, we've been seeing it over and over and over again, playing so well. They took down Weeba Hippo, and the Beavers are getting pushed back. Again, this Nittany Lion defense is holding exactly when they need it to.
They say they are playing well. They are playing far. They know what Gold wants to do. They know what Gold wants to get in there close and personal. And Asuna is stopping that by getting those essential players, the DPS, out of there before they can even do anything.
Here we are, contested with under a minute remaining. Weeba Hippo takes down Lumplot, but Gwitness, too fast, takes down Celia Uwu immediately. But look at the plays here by Raptor, trying to get in.
Raptor has that grab, but is he going to use it? Or do they think it's worth it? Yes, they are clean up fight. They are moving point as they want to.
Oh, how does Asuna keep living?
Asuna is just getting out of there, and it looks like there's a
Oh,
grab.
the grab! Yellow Cup goes down. Lumplot goes down. That's 2 here for the Beavers. Asuna still working. Kayla loves Red goes down.
There goes the enemy grab, but is it worth it? Is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it.
2, 1. There we go. The Beavers are going to move on. Well, not move on, but they're going to finish with 18 seconds remaining, and they push the payload all the way to the end.
Any time is good time on this. Just not getting 0. That means that if they go for an overtime, they will have a minute they can use if the enemy team does not hit 0-2. If not, then they could go to a draw. But that was just the DPS switched to Sojourn, which could help pressure out that Zarya, the enemy Zarya. More damage far away, so they don't have to get as close, and they don't have to risk getting picked off by Asuna. Asuna was still playing great.
No, they have. I mean, look at the tab. Let's see how many kills we're working with. 18, the most by either team. Of course, the Raptor, second overall with 17 and leading your Beaver squad.
It's insane work by Asuna, finding those angles and living too. not making sure that if they get contended, they get out of there using that grappling hook efficiently. Excuse me. And getting those picks off, getting those picks before the fight even starts, which stops BVU's effectiveness to go in.
Yeah, and speaking of not dying, I think, look, only 3 deaths. Again, also tied for the least amount. Backslap also only dying 3 times.
Say Backslap's using Wu Yang's ability to survive and play as far as they can back to its most. Not trying to go in there and get caught out by Zarya or something like that, because Wu Yang's range is incredibly long, and the damage he can do from that range is insane too. So still getting the value while still living is very good job by Backslap.
All right, and here we go. Switching offense and defense here in game 2 on Kings Row. We're going to see the Nittany Lions trying to take the point first before they start moving the payload, and Jellicup is going to fall early.
Say it looks like BBU Gold's switching to more of a poke. They want to just play for. They're matching that Asuna. Asuna's not getting as much value as he can because he's not looking for those picks to get off before they can rush. BBU Gold can play back too, play those sight lines. So I feel like it's a good pick for BBU Gold here to hold this point.
And there it is. Asuna going to go down early. One of the better players tonight for the Nittany Lions. Weeba Hippos taking them down. And they are defending this first push. Not really a lot of deaths and elims, but they're just taking so much time away right now.
And that's all they need to do as defense. They don't need to get elims. All they need to do is take time away from Penn State. And you make sure they use as much as they can, load it down so they can't take point.
And maybe Serial, no, trying to go from behind now. Again, the point currently being contested. Lumplock goes down. Uh-oh, stuck in the corner. Not where you want to be, is it, Iron Giant?
No, especially with Sig Rock, makes it much easier to get knocked straight back into that wall. And look at that great kite back from BBU Gold.
Wonderful.
They are just they know they can lose a little percentage on point all as long as they win the fight. That's all that matters. As long as they win the fight, that's what matters. So they just pushed back a bit. They know they didn't have to go in and fight. Sig survives. The Raptor's doing well with the survivability there. As long as he's live, the center's core of the team is there.
And yeah, this defense holds strong. Not going anywhere. 2 minutes remain now. About halfway through the original starting time. And the Beavers, they really haven't lost too many people. And they've been defending this point. They've been keeping them out.
They say it looks like BBU is running up on ults here too. Look, there goes the Sig
ult. I'd watch
And
out
he
here,
gets
Iron
it.
Giant.
And there goes the Wu Yang looking for that Ana.
Oh, are they going to get him? Serial Uwu takes down Asuna. Another great kill here by the Beavers.
They say it looks like they were trying to go for the Ana, but they didn't get him. But they made sure that the Zarya was focusing on that so Asuna could get picked off, which same worth anyway.
Raptor and Weeba Hippo getting kills. I think Raptor one more. Oh, did he just melee them? Oh my goodness.
They say he's going in. They know they don't have a backline. Asuna's out, the most threatening piece of Penn State, I would say, right now. And they knew that Ano's gone, Juno was gone, so they can go and brawl a little bit. He can get his hands dirty, as I say.
Yeah, you don't think someone who throws this many projectiles like Sigma would be able to just walk in and melee you, but he does it in so effortlessly, it seems. Playing right now with a lot of poise.
Yes, but looks like BBU was down 1. Asuna got that early pick on our Sojourn, but it looks like it's nothing because we just use ult after ult. And will we have it? Will we hold it?
Oh my goodness! Finally, the Raptor goes down. Took a couple of players with them before their ultimate demise.
Looks like we just used one Freya ult there that got the kill off of the Cassie lip lot. But it wasn't enough. They stalled all the way to 30 seconds, though, which is going to be huge for BBU Gold's time. Now they can hold this long passage, and they just need to hold for 3 more minutes. It's sad that they couldn't full hold, but hey, they got as much as they can, and they still have, looks like, 3 ults, almost 4 with the Wu Yang Bat Slap ult for this next fight.
Yeah, and if you think about it, right, yes, they have to defend for another 3 minutes, but they really did just do that. They had waited just over 3 minutes before they even lost that point. So the Beavers definitely able to potentially do it again. Here with a big Sigma ult from the Raptor. Will we see anything come from it? Oh, Jello Cup falls.
And it looks like that is it for now, but the pressure, putting pressure on Asuna, the Raptor knows where he's at and knows where he has to put pressure on, but oh, the Zarya charge.
Yeah, Gwitness just too much in their face. I think a little bit of a brawl type looking deal, and Sigma not able to back up and get the space that he requires.
Looks like Zerio's trying to 1v1 the Asuna and just couldn't, barely lasting on, but Asuna is just living. And that is, I think, the most efficient thing that they're doing right now is just living.
Yeah, and notice as soon as Asuna wasn't living, the Beavers were easily able to, not easily, but they were able to defend efficiently. And as soon as Ana has decided, yeah, no more dying for me, things have gotten much, much more difficult.
There goes the ult. There goes the grab and the Wu Yang on the BBU side, making Raptor survive that grab from Penn State.
Very, yeah, again, very close to dying. Able to survive. Oh my days, what a great play there by Serial to take down Lumplot. We've luckily got some eyes on it. And still holding these ults. Again, I know the Beavers just used them, but Serial's still holding theirs.
They say last corner here. They got a minute, so about 2 to 3 fights left. That's all that BBU needs to hold. They just need to survive that and get those picks, which are essential to holding this corner.
All right, there we go. We're going to see the ult from Serial. Trying to hold them together and see if anyone else can take them out.
Got the initial damage there to stop Zarya's push for that nano, which is efficient and helped Raptors just surviving as he's using the natural cover from that corner very effectively.
Witness goes down in the Zarya Ditto. Big melee from Raptor holds them back, and now we're only 30 seconds away. The Beavers are looking to take home game number 2.
And look, can Hippo get? Oh, Hippo tried to get off the lump knot, but
Just
failed.
Tough way to go out. Raptor with a pair of kills. Not worried about it right now. 15 seconds left. Someone's going to have to get on that point soon.
I say it looks like Hippo failed to get the kills, but Raptor and Serial backed him up and finished him off what he couldn't, which was so helpful because Penn State's in an ugly situation right now. Only 2 on point, and it's literally overtime now.
Yeah, overtime with ult, and here we go. The gravity coming out from Raptor, trying to finish things. Prolog GM, Weeba Hippo Raptor, 3 kills. The overtime bar going to start going down. And I think that's going to do it here for game number 2.
What a great hold. I was trying to find someone not in that double grab from both teams. This is very colorful screen right there. Every all going off with that overtime fight that decided the game.
And let's take a look at our play of the game by Raptor. And yeah, I mean, we just saw it. So if you guys want to relive it, you're definitely going to be able to. Now, look at that. They had no choice. They had to be on point, and then you use the grab. And what are you going to do about that?
This is very unlucky deaths. Say, Hippo found the 2, trying to get the Cassidy, Lipknot, and Asuna, almost getting it. But then Raptor and Serial backed him up, got those kills, and that kind of set the game for Penn State. 2 deaths. Last fight, they couldn't make it back in time without just sacrificing all the ults on points.
And that's going to wrap things up here for our game number 2. But remember, it is best of 5. So your Beaver's going to have to win one more game to take this regular season matchup home. Also, big shout out to Squidman for tipping the chat. Yeah, Raptor and Hippo helped his mom off the street. Their mom off the streets.
So kind.
That's awesome.
That's
Yo,
amazing.
we love to see such kindness coming out from your BVU gold team.
We love the community help from everybody. It's amazing.
We'll be back here in a couple of moments. More more Overwatch action coming your way here shortly.
Queen Street.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It is game 3 here in Toronto, Canada. Our map, of course, not physically. We're here in beautiful Storm Lake, Iowa, on the Buena Vista campus. And another swap for your BVU Gold team, taking out Weeba Hippo and putting Guess 7 back in our rotation.
Again, all the DPS some to active time. We love to see it.
Yeah, our Gold team, right? They have like 6 players that they feel comfortable starting, and so every now and then they're gonna just simply take them out, right? You know, swap them, different maps, different game modes, whatever it is. And this is my favorite game mode because it's got the greatest man of all time, Bob be pushing.
Bob be pushing. Heck yeah.
Shout out to the push map.
We of course are talking about the push bot. If no one knows who Bob be pushing is.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just love Bob be pushing. My goat in the middle.
Say, I know we said BVU certified name.
Yeah,
That's what we declared
yeah.
last stream. But it looks like this team going for a more dive brawl, I would say, with the hazard there with the Raptor, the poke from Guess 7 with Soldier 76, and the Genji, which will probably go Serial and the Raptor will probably go hand in hand together just to help clean up those dives.
And dive, that's a name we haven't really heard a lot about dive. It's been a lot of poke and brawl. What can you tell us about dive here, Iron Guy?
Very, as you can kind of get from the name, dive onto an opponent, dive onto a space on an objective. They don't want to play up close like brawl, but they don't want to play really far away like poke. They want to wait, see who can they jump on, usually the back line or a certain space, and get value off of that. That's what they kind of want to look for a dive.
And already some big kills coming out early. The Raptor, again, going to have to retreat a little bit as Serial going to take down Jello Cup, now playing Genji.
See, and that is the great value of dive is they can very high mobility on this team. So they can get in and get out, even if they're not winning the fight. If they know that they might die and they just need to wait a little bit for the next fight, they can get out, survive it a little bit, and then get back in real fast. That's the great thing about dive.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a lot of these characters hopping around, running around. This is quite a large map, I would say. But Asuna does not really care about how large your map is. They keep on keeping on, and they've already had a couple of snipes here to start game 3.
Say they are finding the heads like they find Where's Waddle in those books. They are just getting the value, using Widow as effectively as they can. Just great job by Asuna there.
Uh-oh, and now looking behind. The Raptor may have seen him, our main man, Bobby pushing, kind of stuck right now. And oh no, he's moving back, Isaac. Oh no.
I say, it looks like the Lip Lot switched to, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on here. Sombra, there you go. Going in the back line, messing up the back line, not getting much kills, but getting the attention of BVU Gold.
And honestly, sometimes warding off attention just as good as kills, because someone else may be able to come in there and sweep it up. And speaking of coming in there and sweeping it up, Witness and Asuna, I don't know if they can listen to me halfway across the United States, but they have just done her again.
Say Asuna is leading the board, tied with the board with 4-1 kills right now. Oh, there goes the 5th one.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of stuff Asuna decided to listen to for game 3, but they certainly do not want to be swept, and they're looking to try to come back in this one with a beautiful performance here so far.
Looks like BVU Gold is not having it, as the Raptor went a round trip around that whole building just to find Asuna and get rid of her. A bit of them.
All right, we have our first hazard all of the evening, but not going to need it right now. Guess 7 and the Raptor getting kills. And again, the Raptor, their name being called one more time. Another kill. And with Witness going down, finally, our main robot friend able to travel all the way across the map to go push the blue side again. An interesting concept here on the push game mode.
Yeah, and as you can see, push is split up into 5 different points. The middle, of course, neutral zone, but then 2 on each enemy's side. You want to get to the second point there, but getting to the first one gets you advanced spawning, so you can get back in the fight after respawning. And there goes the ults. And is there going to any fish? Oh, and double kill by Arissa.
Yeah, 2 kills by Witness. One blood also getting 1, but the Raptor sticks around. Asuna goes down. The Raptor holding on as long as they can, hoping for the rest of their team to come back for him.
and he looks like he's just trying to live. Maybe trade that Sombra, but not finding it as he just could not hold on.
Yeah, unfortunate. Hazard doesn't really have any way to heal themselves. So when you get stuck in a corner with no one to help you, kind of just going to, get taken out more likely than not.
Yeah, and he tried to get the Sombra pick, but the supports found Lipknot and just healed him right back up, and that was kind of it. So the Raptors had to die. He had to respawn, get back in the team so they can get back to this next team fight.
Now Bob pushing for the Nittany Lions. We have the Genji all here, the Dragon Rush. But, oh no, couldn't use it, got hacked. Very unfortunate. I don't know if they were going to let it rip at all, but
it looks like he was
they didn't have a choice.
At least contemplating it. Like, he had it. He had the vision. It just, did he want to risk it? And it was a good choice by him not risking it and wasting it and just saving it for the next fight, because it looks like they might clean it up here.
The Raptor working, and Asuna goes down again.
And now it's just great Gwitness on Orisa.
And Gwitness, you would think was going to go down. How? How did they live so long?
And
I for sure thought they were going down earlier.
I say they got the early Kiri pick, no support for the Raptor, and then Sombra cleaned it up. But, hey, they got the kill, but is it going to really matter? They're down 2.
Yeah, down again right now in personnel. Bobby pushing, moving on back to the opposite side here. And unfortunate, Squidman sad that Hippo had to get subbed. Very unfortunate. I know that we're just moving the rock around, right? Passing the sugar.
Yeah, but it looks like BBU Gold is getting caught. They're getting staggered. Back slap in the Sombra. Guess 7 tried to go on that right side, but they got caught up with a 3v2, I believe, and sadly died. And then everyone else got staggered, and they had to back out once they lost those 2.
Yeah, a lot of space being taken up by Penn State, forcing our Beavers to have to run away. But now there's another big fight. We could be seeing the Dragon Rush here soon, potentially. I don't know. They look like maybe it was a good opportunity. There's a lot of people near them. The Raptor trying to get in here, but where are the supports? I think they're already gone.
Yeah, Lump Plot is just finding those supports in the back line and just winning those 1v2s, winning those 1v1s, getting the hacks that they need, picking them off fast before they can react, and it's just leaving BBU Gold with not much to work with. They're getting the backline, but they're losing their backline faster, and so they just can't win that neutral fight once both backlines are dead.
Here we go, one more fight. Serial gonna start things off with a kill on Jello Cup. Witness takes down back slap. Oh my, did you see that? What do they
nice
throw?
Spear. And it looks like the Raptor just wasn't feeling on Haz, which is fair, and they switched to Orisa. They're trying to mirror the Orisa here, and they're getting their spears off nice here. They're getting that one pick, and they're just trying to find where that Sombra is.
Oh ho ho! Speaking of spears, another one coming out from the Raptors. Pinned Asuna against the wall. Where do you go?
The Raptor wave into the crowd, as that was a nice pin and nice headshot. A clean combo of Orisa to clean up any chance he had, and is pushing that bot as much as they can. Down 60 meters though.
Yeah, a lot of look. We still have over a minute and a half, or 2 minutes and a half. 2 minutes and a half remaining. Guess 7 takes down Asuna. Maybe we're looking for a hack was on the Beaver side this time.
I say it looks like Guess 7's putting in work now, cleaning up their backline just like how they were doing, and catching that before they could push the bot any farther.
Ooh, and look at that work by Guess 7. Another kill, taking down the opposing Sombra. And speaking of dittos that were trying to win, the Raptor, no, couldn't do it. Are you
so close, but they couldn't finish off as Greatness just gets out of there and gets back to his team just in time.
Yeah, are you kidding me? The Greatness was able to throw the spear right before our Orisa was able to do so. And being pushed back, the Beavers, they're down a lot of meters. They really haven't had very much control of this match so far.
No, they have to win these next fights. They're winning the first one, but they're not winning the second or third. Just getting picked off. There goes the Nano. Let's see if they got Greatness.
Yeah, not looking great. Lumplot doing great work, getting some kills, and there's Greatness again, winning the Orisa Ditto. What looked to be like a good swap, not necessarily going to be lasting the entire time. As Greatness, more kills keep roaming around. The Witness has been playing so extremely well.
26 is insane.
Yeah, I remember when they were tied at 4. Yeah, all of a sudden now we're at 26.
Yeah.
Where did the
And
time go?
There goes the second Orisa in like the next 2 fights. That's insane ult charge by Gwitness.
With that many kills, you would expect it, but the Raptor gets 2 more kills with Lumpla and Gwitness coming back. Backslap takes on Gwitness, and finally your Beavers can push again.
I say they are down 1 minute at 123rd. At 123 meters. This is going to be a hard fight. They got to win these next couple fights. They can't lose any of them. It's going to be very close but with BV. But can they do it? There's the early pick on Lumpla.
Yeah, Lumpla going down to Prologue GM with Asuna also taking out. So the Sombra from Guest 7 going down. Unfortunately, not a lot of health. Not a lot of time to live.
They have to. BBU has to play very nice here, as they can't lose any fights, as they just have to push this bot as much as they can. They have the ults, and there goes the rush.
Here we go. Let's see. Can they get anything? Oh, Gwitness falls. Already a great rush. There's the Raptor. And Serial with a triple kill. Couple people on the robot. Asuna falls as well. The team kill here for the Beavers.
Can they get that last pick? And that is a nice stagger by Guest 7. And say, all they had to use was Kiwi Rush. They got 2 more ults, and they have to build that brig ult if they want to get as much as they can. Massive damage going into Raptor though right now.
Yeah, luckily able to escape, but you don't want to take too much damage. Here we go. We're gonna see the ult coming out from Serial, trying to push people away. Asuna can't quite handle the juice.
And what great ult usage! What a wall there, and they just couldn't play around it. Insane work by Serial there, and the rest of the team by cleaning up. The DPS has put it in work.
I would like to say we are in overtime, and your Beavers have to push pretty much all the way to the end with overtime to take this home. Isaac, what are we going to see? Is this the comeback of a century?
They have to win. I would say about 1 to 2 more fights as they have attack respawn. There goes the nice pick on Asuna. Is this going to be it? They have the Orisa ult there too.
Well, 2 kills. Gwitness is trying to live as long as they can. Oh, here we go. The Orisa. Oh, Cali. Oh, my goodness. Calib's red goes down. Lumpla goes down. Guest 7 takes down Gwitness. Trying to push to the end.
Is that going to be enough? Are they going to be able to touch? It's going to be a very fast touch by Penn State here. But can BBU clean this up?
115 and counting. They are 7 meters away here in overtime. Backslap starting us off great on Angelica. This could be our final push tonight. The bastion goes down. Lumpla falls. Cali loves red. Going to get melee.
Now it's just Doom. Can they take care of Greatness?
Let's try to finish this. Gwitness goes down. There's no kidding. You gotta be kidding me. How did they come all the way back?
Insane comeback from BBU Gold there. What great work Serial had there, just sitting in the spawn, catching them off guard. That Bastion kill really just sold it for Penn State. They just couldn't do anything with Serial killing it in the back line.
And what a great finish here by your BBU Gold team. Down over 70 meters. Came all the way back. Let's go look at our play of the game by the Raptor. One more time on Hazard. And had a good number. I think just 2, maybe 3 kills to finish it. And I cannot believe that our Beavers were able to come back after being down so much.
Insane work. As I said before, they had to win fight after fight. And Beavers said, they said, let's do it. Let's do it. And they did it. They put in insane work today. Great job, Beavers.
What a fantastic finish again. I mean, 70 plus meters. Overtime. Got it done. I am truly inspired and smitten here on stream. What a awesome and dramatic way to finish things off here tonight.
And I just want to say, great work by Penn State too. Asuna putting in work on Kings Row, and Gwitness putting in work to get that first 123 meters. Great work on them too.
Now, as we go to sign off, just one more time, big shout out to everybody who have been watching the stream tonight, commenting, not commenting, doesn't matter. You guys were here watching. Thank you so much. And we'll be back tomorrow. Even more Overwatch action, of course. We will not be here for that, but you'll have even better commentators going on and commentating that one. And the rest of the night, I think Rocket League. There was a Rocket League team playing tonight.
Mario Kart's got some action.
Yeah,
maybe?
Mario Kart World, I think, was playing tonight. So we have some other matches going on. If those are streamed, make sure you guys go and watch those. But for now, again, one last time, thank you everybody for watching. I'm the infamous JV Band JV with my main man, Iron Giant. We'll be back to you guys hopefully next Thursday with some even more action. But for now, we'll see you guys next time. Good night, Storm Lake.